Wait. Just drinking iced coffee. Yeah, that's what I use. I can't afford it, so I use the free version. Because it's very expensive. It's like $50 a month, I believe. Very expensive. Yeah, I don't want to share that. Yep. It's one of the most expensive services. Yep. I don't want to share that. That's my. If I go here and there, I could go like this, go like that, I could go half, but that's too much. I had rice earlier. I made Starbucks coffee earlier.
Now by Vincent Hughes. He's an attorney who has represented Jake Harrow in past cases and is speaking on Jake's behalf today. Hey, Vincent, thank you for doing this today. Big question. Why have Rebecca and Jake stopped cooperating with the police if they're desperate to find the baby and the police are looking for the baby?
I don't know where the statement that they stopped cooperating came from, Ashley. I spoke to the detectives yesterday, offered for Jake to continue to speak with them, have not been made aware of any requests today to speak with Jake. I don't represent Rebecca. That needs to be very clear, but I have not been asked to produce Jake. I offered to produce Jake. They voluntarily turned over all of their electronic devices, including the passwords. I think that's something that's huge that nobody has been made aware of.
Let me just stop you for 1 second. I don't want to interrupt you, but you just said you don't know where the statement came from, Mr. Hughes. I'm going to read you the statement the police sent to us. Investigators interviewed multiple individuals, including Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Harrow. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the interview. So the statement came from the police themselves.
Police could lie all the time.
And I can't speak to the statement that was sent to you. I can tell you, I have personal knowledge. I reached out to the assigned detective and made Jake available. Jake wants to cooperate. Jake doesn't like the fact that nobody's listening. Court of public opinion is already out. Even yourself, it sounds like you guys already have your mind made up. Jake has voluntarily provided the electronic devices that there was a search warrant for, including the passwords. The vehicle that you were saying is breaking news that you brought up at the beginning of this broadcast is not something that is new. They haven't had their vehicle since Thursday night when this alleged kidnapping happened. So it's not new that you're saying at the beginning of this broadcast that it's new information. The vehicle is gone and make it sound like they just took the vehicle today. The vehicle has been gone since Thursday.
Yeah, I haven't made my mind up, but I will say this. This is a case that is definitely different than most missing children cases I cover, and I've done this for 38 years. When the police send me out a statement saying that foul play is potentially afoot, and when we get reports that they brought cadaver dogs to the house, and that the parents aren't cooperating, then yeah, spidey senses go up. I was actually very concerned when Rebecca referred to Emmanuel in past tense as well. Are you aware of that?
I saw the video like anybody else. I can't speak for Rebecca. I can tell you that she doesn't have a master's degree, bachelor's degree, any other degree in public speaking. So I can't speak as to that. Same thing for Jake. The thing that I don't understand, and like you're saying, this isn't like a normal investigation. Why has the sheriff's department not even released a missing persons flyer? Let's put the onus on.
Well,
There's
they
not
did.
been one search party.
No,
organized.
they did. They released the missing persons flyer. We showed it.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our News Nation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.
Let's watch this video.
The investigators are zeroing in on the parents of a missing 7-month-old boy. We have learned today the San Bernardino County Sheriff's Department now has confiscated the father's vehicle. The parents of Emmanuel Haro say the boy was abducted 4 days ago after his mother was attacked in a store parking lot.
But investigators say there are a growing number of inconsistencies in their story. KTLA's Jennifer McGraw is live in San Bernardino with the latest details. Jennifer, what is emerging in this case?
Yeah, again, they did confiscate the father's car, which is a big deal today, and a new development into the family. That baby was snatched here allegedly 6 days ago. We still don't know where he is, and plenty of people around the world are either searching and sleuthing, demanding answers for baby Emmanuel.
Where's the fucking baby?
While the search continues for answers as to where 7-month-old Emmanuel was taken, the case is capturing the world's attention, growing increasingly worried and frustrated.
It takes a little time because you're looking at all the different possible things that could have happened.
Former FBI agent Bobby Jacone now turned attorney.
It takes even longer when the people most centered on the investigation, in this case, the parents of a child like this, stop cooperating.
If you know anything, please come and bring my son back. Please, I'm begging you.
Rebecca and Jake Haro made their desperate plea to help find their baby boy, Emmanuel, after mom said she was attacked by a stranger and punched out in the Big 5 parking lot, waking up to find her baby missing. 2 days later, they cut ties with police and lawyered up. Now investigators are looking into the parents and behind the scenes.
I'm sure that the investigators, at an early stage started trying to get a picture of what this family dynamic was like, how they treated the child. And that comes from both the parents and from outside sources like neighbors, friends, family, coworkers.
And while they're looking into texts and computer searches and communications, damaging evidence coming out showing the dad, Jake, has a past conviction for child abuse.
In this case, the father's background does come into play, so they have to start looking into that as well.
And the evidence surrounding the case continues to look grim after learning cadaver dogs were brought to the couple's property in Cabazon.
Well, it clearly tells me that they have reason to believe that the child is deceased, unfortunately. I think that that's the natural assumption, because why else would you just randomly bring in cadaver dogs?
Still holding on to hope that baby Emmanuel is okay. Anybody with information should contact the Sheriff's Department.
That's sad.
This is what he looks like. It's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
I'll pray for them. The baby.
That's the father and mother of a 7-month-old. Did you notice on that missing poster, it just said missing kid? I've never seen that before. I don't know. It just kind of struck me a little bit. Anyhow, take a look at this little guy, 7 months old, reported missing August 14th in San Bernardino County out in California. And the parents spoke afterwards, spoke to the media. And joining us now is Court TV field reporter Cody Thomas. There's been a lot of reaction to them on social media. Everyone is talking about this story now. What are the parents saying?
Well, Vinny, it's kind of a simple story. Rebecca Haro, the mother, she says that she was at this Big 5 sporting goods store, changing the baby's diaper outside of her vehicle. And she says a man approached her, said, "Hola." That's all she heard. Then she said she was knocked unconscious. She was attacked, blacked out, woke up, baby Emmanuel was gone. So then this happened late afternoon, early evening. The authorities got there close to 8 o'clock at night. They got there with their special units, their K-9 units, looking all around the area, did not find baby Emmanuel. And of course, Rebecca and her husband, Jake Haro, went to the media, RMG News, to plead for the public to come forward and try to find the baby. Take a listen to this.
We come to you guys asking you to help us find our son. He was abducted last night from Big 5. Somebody struck my wife while she was trying to change his diaper. And we just ask if anybody knows anything to please contact Yucaipa Police Department.
Don't hesitate, just call.
His name's Emmanuel. He's 7 months. He's 7 months old.
Have you been notified of any information yet by the authorities? No, we have not. They haven't told us nothing.
They said they don't have any major updates.
Do you guys plan on doing a local search of your own? We are.
Yeah, we have
at 4 o'clock here at Yucaipa.
The community set up a search party at 4:30. So we're afraid to just ask you guys if you can help us, you know.
Please.
This is what he looks like. He's just a baby. Just give our son back, please.
The parents
He was wearing a black onesie with a Nike swoosh on him. If you know anything, please come forward. Please bring us back our son safe.
So, Vinny, you saw them there, pretty emotional. And as of now, baby Emmanuel still has not been found. But again, I had not caught it earlier, but that missing kid on the missing poster versus
we kind of talk about it colloquially, like, another case about a missing kid.
Right.
But I've never seen someone put that on the actual flyer, missing kid. A little strange. And I can understand why people are reacting to the parents because, we always do.
Right?
Like the public always is going to react and have, are they telling the truth or are they not telling the truth? What's important, though, is what are police saying about the investigation right now?
Well, Vinny, of course, they're doing their due diligence in this investigation, but they're now saying the mother, Rebecca Harrow, has stopped cooperating with authorities. And this is why they released this statement. The San Bernardino Sheriff's Department released this statement that says, in part, investigators interviewed multiple individuals, including Emmanuel's parents, Jake and Rebecca Harrow. During those interviews, Rebecca was confronted with inconsistencies in her initial statement and declined to continue with the interview. At this point in the investigation, investigators are unable to rule out foul play in the disappearance of Emmanuel. Now, Vinny, we're talking about consistencies versus inconsistencies. What I want to point out, if you noticed in that interview, she had a mark, a bruise under her eye, looked like a black eye. Let's take a look at that now. It said, or she said that she was attacked by somebody in this parking lot. Is that bruise for real? Is that some kind of makeup? You never know. All the social media sleuths are going back and forth about it, but that bruise is sitting there, and that is consistent with being assaulted. But police say there are now inconsistencies in her story, but they don't specify what those are. And once they confronted her about them, now she's not cooperating anymore.
And she shut it down.
Right.
Yeah, and that could be one of two things, right? Like you're accusing me, like go out and find the killer, you're accusing me, or you're accusing me, I'm not going to say anything more. We're going to get a lawyer. How about the baby's father here? Now, I understand he has a little bit of a history with law enforcement.
Yeah, I wouldn't call him a career criminal, but he definitely has a rap sheet. So, Vinny, and this dates back to 2018. Jake Harrow, conveniently, in the name of this case, was arrested for child cruelty charges. Now, this case back then had 16 continuances in the proceedings, which pretty much means the trial was getting pushed back for a while from 2018, all the way up until 2023 when he finally pled guilty to willful child cruelty. And in California, Vinny, that pretty much means any person who willfully causes or permits unjustifiable physical pain or mental suffering to a child. Now, he got out on bond for that one as those proceedings were being continued. 2019, he had a couple traffic misdemeanors. But Vinny, last year, June of 2024, this is still an active case right here. He was arrested and charged with possessing a firearm and ammunition by a convicted felon. And he actually has a violation of probation hearing coming up here soon on September 2nd.
Okay, yeah, I'm really concerned about that child cruelty. And he admitted it, right?
Yeah, most pertinent one.
A guilty plea. Wow. All right. Cody Thomas, thanks so much. Wow, a lot to get to. Think Tank still with us. Al Wunsch III, Darnell Crosland, Jennifer Brandt with us. Okay, Jennifer. What did you think of the parents?
Well, Vinny, they seemed very, very upset when they were on camera. But as Cody pointed out, there's a lot of inconsistencies in their story. And, the mother changing a diaper in a parking lot, just some stranger comes up and knocks her out. I mean, it's plausible, but...
Let me lower it.
there doesn't seem to be any witnesses around. Nobody else can confirm this
I think
story.
the parents might be
child's gone.
involved.
And then, oh, and by the way, dad has, a rap sheet with prior child cruelty charges. So, and mom's not talking. I mean, if this child were truly gone, I mean, the parents would be out there pounding the pavement, getting other people together to search for this child. They would be desperate to find their baby. They wouldn't.
Well, they did
talking to
organize
police.
it.
So
They
I
did
think
organize the day after. They did organize a search here, and the community was coming together. Let me ask you, Al, about shutting down the cooperation. It happened after police said that they confronted her with inconsistencies. So I can see that going one of two ways. What are your thoughts?
Well, I can see it going one of two ways. Also, it's that, they get a little frightened because sometimes, an innocent person needs a lawyer too, because you don't know what you're saying. Sometimes you're a little upset, and maybe you make, your story changes a bit, but it doesn't, to have a child agency that is like, looks for lost kids, all of a sudden withdraw support, participating in this, it sends up a very bad signal. And I think that in these circumstances, you put the lawyer behind you for the sole purpose of trying to find your child. And that's not being done here. So it's not a good move on their part. I mean, they could very easily just have a family spokesman, instead of them talking, and just continue with the search for this child. If indeed this child was abducted, and if indeed her story is true, it doesn't seem plausible, but it could be true.
Yeah, Darnell, so let's look at her story, right? So she's changing a diaper in the back seat, hears someone say, hola, doesn't see anyone, and gets knocked out cold. Kind of like a 1970s episode of Mannix, where you get a karate chop in your neck and you're out cold and you don't see or remember anything. It happens to be a parking lot where there are no surveillance cameras. None.
Well, that's my problem. One, I have to disagree with her honor, Madam Chair. And again, I don't want to split hairs, but I think it's possible, but I disagree with Madam Chair. It's not plausible. I mean, it just doesn't make sense. You don't just get knocked out, in a parking lot for a baby. Maybe a gold chain, maybe some money, whatever, and then no cameras in the parking lot. And knocked out cold?
Yes, knocked out, sees white, just sees white, and remembers nothing other than the assailant saying hola, which I think they say where you are down in the DR, correct?
Yes, hola, ¿cómo estás? Todo bien? Means hello, how are you? And no one's gonna say hello, how are you? Boom, knock you out and take your baby. Normally they want to give up the babies because they don't want to pay child support. No one's actually trying to take the baby. And the funny thing about when you listen to the father, he said she was in the parking lot changing her diaper. I mean, it's so cute. I mean, it wasn't ringing true like they were really, really concerned, So
you're not buying it. You're not buying it. Okay.
No, I'm not buying it.
All right. Big thanks, Al Wunsch III, Darnell Crossland, Jennifer Brandt. Awesome as always.
I am not buying it. The allergies are bad.
First, her father was arrested for horrific physical abuse, and now her mother is also facing charges for allegedly knowing about the abuse.
Oh boy. Oh boy. Everybody left? Wow. Should I restart maybe? I'll be back later, guys. Thank you for joining us.